At the time of writing, there are rumblings that the American Supreme Court could overturn Roe v. Wade and return the issue of abortion to the state governments. The red states will then presumably make abortion completely illegal. Some are worried because abortion has certain advantages for American nationalists. First of all, non-whites have more abortions per capita, so without it their birth rate will jump and provide them with an edge over whites, and accelerate the arrival of white minority status. Second of all, white liberals, traitor whites, have abortions, and without abortion there will be more of them acting counter to white interests. I am not sure that this will be as big a problem as people suppose. First of all, when you change the rules of a game, you change the game. The availability of abortion has an effect in and of itself. For example, the girl with 4 abortions does not become a mother of 4 if abortion vanishes. The availability of abortion permits her to live the lifestyle that leads to her getting pregnant 4 times. The first child limits her lifestyle, and therefore the likelihood of further pregnancy. Take a worked example to demonstrate the principle. Suppose we have 1,000 white women having 1,600 babies and aborting 20% of the total, so we could have had 2,000. Suppose we also have 1,000 non-whites having 1,600 babies and a 50% abortion rate, so they could have had 3,200, or could they? Typically, about 50% of abortions are repeat offenders. Let's assume that of the 400 white abortions, 200 are new and 200 are back again. Let's also assume that the 50% carries on, 200 on round 1, 100 on round 2, 50 on 3, 25 on 4, 12 on 5, etc. The women on 3 or more can only get away with that because they relied on abortion. Without it, these women must change. Now suppose that 3 or more all vanish, and half of the 2s go too. Now the 400 abortions becomes 250 births. Apply that to the non-whites and we get 800 on round 1, 400 2s, 200 3s, 100 4s, etc. If half the 2s and all of the 3s up go, then you get 1,000 births out of 1,600 abortions. The whites go from 1,600 to 1,850, and the non-whites go from 1,600 to 2,600. We are not looking at 2,000 versus 3,200. The advantage is not 1.6 to 1 for them, but 1.4 to 1 instead. Still in their favor, but not as much as we might expect. However, it is still not good. In terms of the traitor whites, we must consider that they were born into a more white America than before. They had the luxury of treachery when whites were 80%, 70% of the population, because they were not in contact with the non-whites en masse. Their children will be 60%, 50% or less. There will be nobody between them and the non-whites, and the pressure will be on to circle the wagons. Treachery will not be such an option for them. Therefore, the children of the traitors will be less likely to be traitors in the way that they would have been. Also, many traitors can be traitors because they can abort their children. If they now have the children, then that could turn them loyal. It is easy to be a traitor when your children are not around to pay the price, but now they will be. Thus, I do not think that the non-whites will see as big an increase in birth rate as might be supposed. I do not see all the extra children from traitor whites becoming traitors themselves, or all the traitor whites remaining traitors. There is another aspect. The wealthier, more intelligent, and more influential non-whites and traitor whites will still get abortions. They will be able to travel for them, for example. Therefore, insofar as abortion is to our advantage, we retain the advantage where it counts, in the upper tiers of society.